Welcome to Grow Your Garden with Sal, your go-to show for growing fresh veggies and thriving greenery. Visit the store at 113 Hilltop Drive in Columbia, where expert advice meets everything you need to grow. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel, Grow Your Garden with Sal, for even more tips and tutorials. Let's dig in and get your garden growing. Here's Sal.
Hey everybody, welcome in. I'm here with the famous. He's wearing a shirt that says "I'm Radish," the Michael Frank, and Joshua Cohen.
Good morning.
How is everybody doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. So this is an exciting day. This is Sunchoke Day, and we're going to have Joshua come help harvest sunchokes.
That's always fun.
It should be pretty fun.
Yes.
Especially when I get to drive the tractor.
So if you don't know from last time, sunchokes is a native sunflower to the United States, and it's a perfect zombie apocalypse crop to grow if
Real
things
prepper
hit
food.
the fan. Yeah, it's a prepper food. Tell us why.
Because there's really you can't do anything wrong with them. They're
No,
a
you
really
can't.
tough tuber. You can take one tuber, put it in the ground, and it'll grow sometimes 10 feet tall. The plant will grow 10 feet tall. I've seen videos on YouTube where somebody will put one tuber in maybe a 5-gallon flower pot, and by the end of the season, that flower pot has burst because there's
Yes.
3 pounds of tubers. They've expanded past the edge of the pot and exploded the pot.
So a tuber is actually the root. So it's a native sunflower, and then you dig up the roots. The roots kind of look like a potato.
Some people say they look like ginger, actually.
Yeah, ginger, potato, and it's kind of have to me, a nutty kind of potatoey texture.
Right. I mean, the thing I like about them is you can eat them lots of different ways. They're sweet. They can be eaten raw, just sliced into a salad where they sort of have the texture of a water chestnut. You can cook them, you can boil them and mash them like a potato. But the coolest thing about them is the skin, especially the flesh itself, tastes a little bit. It's got a little bit of a sunflower seed flavor, but if you leave the skin on, you get more of that. They're delicious, and they're supposed to be really good for diabetics because they have a simpler form of sugar. Mm-hmm. So if you're having that kind of an issue, adding sunchokes to your diet can benefit you.
Is flesh the right term? Because I don't think I like flesh. in my
The
food.
inside.
Speaking
the
with
white
the
part,
vegetarian in the room, this is the one kind of flesh I
Plant
can
flesh.
actually eat. It is the flesh or skin is very what do you say? You can just rub them and it pretty much comes off.
Yeah, it's a very thin skin.
Yes,
the
very
one
thin
issue,
skin.
Now, when you talk about the skin, though, the one issue with sunchokes is they do grow under the ground,
Yeah.
so cleaning them can be a little bit of a chore. I know that a lot of organic farmers that sell them will take them and put them into a wire basket outside, and they'll get a pressure washer and just blast them with a good, spray of heavy water and knock as much of the dirt off as possible. You got to scrub them a little bit.
You can also take like a rough rag and kind of go over them too. And if you're listening in, the plant of the week is the same plant as last week because now we're fixing to harvest our sunchokes. And definitely call us and tell us how your garden did in this cold weather. So we're talking about the frost and the cold, and also we're harvesting sunchokes because you harvest sunchokes
Once the plant dies.
Yeah, once the plant dies. So you can call in at 803-799-8255. Again, that's 803-799-8255. And we have a sunchoke class today. If you didn't sign up for it, you can either sign up online or just come. It starts at 11:30. It's kind of a more drop-in class, 11:30 to 3. And Joshua's going to be driving the tractor now that he knows how to...
I know how to drive a tractor. I don't know how to harvest a sunchoke. So, am I just gonna sit there where you guys? What do I do?
You got the fun part. You get
Yeah,
to do
you
the
do have the
digging
fun part.
with the heavy machinery.
Well,
Yeah, so we're gonna. I suggest if anybody's gonna plant the sunchokes, for the zombie apocalypse, Yeah, or the vampire apocalypse. I know Casey's writing a book on vampires. She's on next. We might have to talk to her though about doing a zombie apocalypse book with with the
This is
sunchokes.
making me remember. So I'm an elementary school teacher. This is reminding me of the book Bunnicula. He was a vampire rabbit that sucked the plant juices out of vegetables.
No, keep them away from my sunchokes. No
Scary
vampire
for vegetarians,
bunnies.
right?
And we got a phone call in. Hey, how are you doing?
Well, hold on. First off,
Oh, wait.
it's Deb, and I think she said she's from Mississippi.
All right.
Deb from Mississippi, how are you doing?
I'm great. Merry Christmas, Sal.
Merry Christmas,
Merry Christmas.
hon. I know who this is. How are you doing?
I'm fabulous, and how are you this fine morning?
I'm doing really, really great. Yes, so Deb used to live in Columbia, and you moved, 2 years ago?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And she, avid gardener, yeah. And one of the events she loves to come to is our Misfit Dinner.
And that's exactly what I was going to ask you, because I remember the first Misfit dinner some years ago, and I said, I hope you still carry on that tradition.
Yes, we do. So for our listeners, we have what I call a Misfit Dinner after the Island of Toys and what's the cartoon?
Island of Misfit Toys.
Yeah, Island
Which
of...
one is that? One of the Rudolph movie shows, isn't it? Holiday shows.
Do you remember, Deb?
Oh, that's Rudolph.
Rudolph, okay.
Rudolph.
Yeah. So, and I run a store, of course, a farm store. We got lots of people come in, and there's a lot of military here. There's a lot of older people that lost a lot of people. There's 100 reasons why you need to get away, come out here, just have fun at this Misfit Dinner. Just be around people. It's low stress. It's a potluck. It's Christmas Eve, 1:30 to 3. So you can sign up online. What's your favorite memory from it?
I don't know if it's really a good memory, because I remember I was helping you with the music, and I was using Alexa, and we wanted her to play your favorite song, which was Snoopy and the Red Baron.
Yes. And it
And
came
she,
up with some weird alternatives. I remember that. We were all rushing to get it cut off really quick.
It's one thing when you hear an Italian song like Dominic the Donkey for Christmas, because that's fun for the kids.
Oh, that's
Thank
from up my
goodness
way,
all the
Long
kids
Island.
left. Well, the one song I could not shut Alexa off fast enough.
It was really
embarrassed
bad.
me.
Yes, I don't even know
I'm like,
where. I was like,
How is-
what?
How is that a Christmas song?
Oh, that sounds awesome. That's the kind of stuff that makes your party memorable.
It was. Everybody was laughing. I mean, everybody was mortified at first. Everybody was laughing. I can't even remember, but it was hilarious. Oh my gosh.
My wife and I are looking forward to coming this year. We're not leaving town, so we're going to hopefully come hang out with you guys.
Yeah, it's just a fun day on the farm, 1:30 to 3. You get to meet a lot of really great people. And the holidays can be really stressful. This is not stressful. Just come, bring a dish with some food on it to share. Yeah, not just a dish this time. The first time I did this, I said bring a dish, and people were like, Sal needs dishes. Here, is this decorative enough? Y'all, we'll be right back. Thank you so much. Hey y'all, welcome back to the show. I want you to know that this is an interactive show, so definitely call in 803-799-8255. We're talking about sunchokes, and also I'd love to hear about how your garden did in this frost. Most of my stuff made it through, and even the carrots made it through, which was really interesting, and the sugar peas. So Frank, you're more of the scientist on this, so why? I mean, we got 21 degrees for several hours, but however, a lot of our stuff that's not as cold hardy, like the collards, which are cold hardies,
Right.
made it through. So why is this?
I think it's situational. I mean, it depends on where all your stuff is planted. And of course, it depends on the duration of the cold. But when you mentioned that to me earlier in the week, I took a look at what we have going at the school garden. And even the kids mentioned at our meeting this week, they said, Mr. Frank, the broccoli is damaged on top, and it's close to the building. And then the bed that's further away from the building has kohlrabi, and the kohlrabi looks perfect. So the broccoli being taller, I think the wind moving, the air movement over the soil or away from the soil kind of froze those leaves a little bit. And of course, the broccoli itself is fine because it's under the leaves. The leaves that covered it kind of keep the air still, so it insulates a little bit. But I would have expected being closer to a wall. That wall radiates the heat back at night. It's a southern exposure, so if you can do that, if you can plant your things near a windbreak or near a wall where it gets lots of sunlight in the daytime, that can protect your plants.
That can protect it, yeah.
But the kohlrabi was much shorter, and I think being closer to the darker ground that absorbs sunlight and heat over the daylight, that might have been what protected it. So you just never know.
I just tell people all the time, don't pull your crops up yet, because he'll walk out there and they look really sad, but as soon as it warms up, they start coming back. And I think we have a caller, right, Joshua?
Yeah, we have actually 2 callers, but first we go to Miss Lori.
Miss Lori, you have an event.
Hi.
Hey.
Good morning, Sal. Good morning, everybody. How are ya?
I'm doing great. Tell us what farm you're with.
Panetta Family Farm in Florence, South Carolina.
Yes, and she is selling Christmas chicks. So if somebody wants to get into farming, this is a great opportunity. Please do your homework, because you can't just take home a box of chicks and put them under the tree, because they need a light. They need feed. They need a place to go. So tell us about what kind of chicks you got.
Sure. We have a variety of chicks, and you know how many people do you pick strawberries and you pick blueberries. We have you pick a chick. And so,
that is great.
You can come out. We'll do it on Saturdays. And so from 10 till 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but also people can call and set up another time, and I'll have all the chicks that we have available out in a big playpen with the lights on them and everything, of course, and they'll be from 2 or 3 day old up to 6-month-old teenager chicks that we'll have available. And then I do have some layers and more teenagers. Silkies, Rhode Island Reds, Barred Rocks, those are my layers. But as far as the chicks, I have quite a few of the zombie chicks, which are all the craze right now.
Oh, zombie chicks?
That's interesting. Speaking of zombie
chicks, oh my goodness.
Tell us.
Yeah, they're totally black Amon Sermani, which are even black tongue mixed with a leghorn. And you get zombie chicks, and they are quite unique. There are even some called moonbeams that have a different look. So you'll just have to go. You can go visit us at on Facebook, which is Panetta Family Farm LLC, and that's PINEDA Family Farm LLC. And I'll be posting pictures this week of all the ones that are available, and the zombie chicks. We have about 4 zombie chicks right now available.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool.
That really sounds awesome.
When I had a hatchery, we had the Ayam Samani, and if you don't know, everything is black. Their organs are black, their mouths are black, everything is black. So mixing that
They're
with
very popular.
Yeah.
I have a student named Jay who was telling me he's looking to get an exotic pet, like a peacock spider, I think, was one option, and a red and blue chameleon was the other. I may have to suggest this. His mother might thank me.
And if they're a little bit older, too, you don't have to invest in all those lights and all. That's for the first about 6 to 8 weeks. And she also has our product, which is finally registered. I've had it for years. Our pasty butt solution. So if you go out and get a chick from her, grab a bottle of that too. So tell us one more time how to find you.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's okay. It's the easiest way is on Facebook at Panetta Family Farm LLC, and it's spelled PINEDA. Panetta Family Farm LLC. Also, my website's being worked on right now, so you can't go there, but my phone number is 803-309-1646. You can call or text and schedule a time to come out as well.
Great. Thank you so much, Lori. I'm going to have to get
Thank
me
you.
a zombie
Oh,
chick.
yeah, I'll post the pictures today of the zombie chicks.
Oh,
Yes.
cool. And it'll be on our YouTube video, too, so I'll put that.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to showing that to my kids. I think
that's
they'll
going to
get
be
a kick
so
out of
cool.
that.
Thank you so much, Lori. And I think we have another caller.
Yeah, Miss Cassandra.
Cassandra, hey, how are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Oh, I miss you so much. Me and Cassandra
I
has
miss you
hosted
too.
about.
I miss all you guys. Hey, Josh. Hey, hey Michael. Do you remember me?
I do. I remember meeting you at Sal's a while back.
Actually, you met me down. I got worms from you.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
You're spreading worms to people?
Absolutely.
You know, they've
Every
got
chance I can
medicine for
get.
that. What kind of worms did you get?
Oh, red wigglers. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, and I still have them. They have multiplied, and they are doing very well. Thank you.
That's great. Yeah. I actually got those from Jane Hiller from the South Carolina Green Steps program. I ran into her recently, and she says she calls them friendship worms. You share them with everybody.
Instead of friendship bread, you got friendship worms.
Yep.
You learn something new
Yeah,
all the
doing
time.
very well. Yeah. I
Oh
have a question, Michael.
Okay.
What do you think the benefit of having teaching kids agriculture in school?
Oh my goodness, there are so many. Mainly, I think the one of the major benefits is that they learn life sciences in a hands-on way. They may learn biology from a textbook in class, but they don't generally get the chance to go outside with an experienced gardener and learn the principles of gardening. And there's just so many topics that you can get into as a gardening teacher. If you really stop and think about it, if you're setting up the garden, you have to figure out the location, and that means that you need to know the location of the sun in the sky. So they learn the cardinal directions in a way that actually has an application. They learn about the seasons. They learn about you can teach them about different plant families. They learn geography because those different plant families originated in different parts of the world. And then the way I do it, having a blog, my children are supposed to write a blog post a month, so it brings in a literacy element and even a research element. I have certain standards where my children need to find a topic, research the topic online, and copy down the web address of each source. So they list their sources, and they just answer a list of questions that includes the scientific name of the plant or animal. Again, they have a range map where the plant or animal was located in originally. Just the whole bunch of things. There's so many things that go into it.
And you're a Spanish teacher, right? So you also teach
technically.
them. Technically, you teach Spanish, and so they get to learn the Spanish names too, right?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yeah.
Okay.
My original school garden was 30 plants that had a connection to Hispanic culture in one way or another. So we came up with, I actually came up with 3 to 5 sentences to describe each plant at a low level where my third graders could understand it. And fifth graders read aloud each description in a recording that was attached to a YouTube video with a still of the plant itself. And then I QR coded that. So you could walk past my portable, look for the stake with the number on it, scan a page with a QR code, scan number 1, and you learn about Monarda, let's say, bee balm. And there were 30 different plants. So, yeah.
And, kids want
Self-guided
to
tour.
eat. They eat what they grow is what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely.
I have a question. So I know we're obviously not going to get into your specific ideas on. I just want to hear. Would you think it's would be good to have a gardening teacher at every school, or?
It's hard to do, but yes. I mean, if at all
But it'd
possible,
be easier if there was a dedicated teacher, right?
that seems to always
And I'm
be
going
the
to tell you,
case.
I've just got my vendor ID. I applied for it like 5 months ago to work in Richland 1. So I'm going around to different schools, and teaching gardening once a month. Right now, Greenview. And I think I'm going to work with Lagodia at, the school on Pisgah Church Road. coming up soon too. So if you're in Richland 1, that is an option. I think they've got
That's
some
amazing.
grant money, and I can come out there for like an hour and a half. And I usually, stay out there a long time and do a lot more than, what you get me around dirt, and I get dirty.
I mean, I was going to say that's a big part of it too. You have to have the support of the community, the support of the district.
Right.
Right. I mean,
It's super. It's so many skills.
But what's the difference between 4-H and what you do, Michael?
I'm not really familiar with 4-H. I just kind of did my own thing. I probably should be more involved with 4-H.
You're probably more closer to like the Future Farmers of America. They set up a lot. Actually, my niece was president of for her school in Blythewood. So Future Farmers of America.
But how are you funded? How is your garden funded? Is it purely self-funded, or
for
is
years?
the school?
Yes, for years it was just coming out of my pocket, hundreds of dollars a year. This year I did get a $300 budget from our PTO, which is
great.
nice. And in the past, at other schools, I've had grants that have helped out.
And it goes, that money, the soil is the most important thing.
Absolutely.
Most of that money probably went to some really, really good growing soil. Yeah. And then you're also learning not to waste so much materials, because they can use kitchen waste too.
Oh, my kids recycle. They actually compost.
And we'll be right back after the break. Thank y'all. Well, that's some fun music to harvest sunchokes too. Can we play that on the tractor?
I suppose we can. Do you have a speaker?
we
I've got one in my car. We can, we'll make it happen.
Can you beatbox?
Be
You
what
do
now?
the beatbox? Is that what it's
Beatbox?
called?
Oh,
There we go. That's what it kind of sounds like. Well, y'all, I want to thank our listeners and our subscribers, because y'all really showed up last week for these the Highway 34 farm crawl. It was insane. And Kevin Cohen, we had a lot of vegetarians show up and buy a lot of meat. I'm picking on that because H&J Cattle Farm came by and served beef. Everybody got to eat. It was fantastic. Joshua's here.
Oh, wow.
That was probably my favorite day in the history of working here.
And a big shout out to H&J Cattle Company, because we would not have this show if it wasn't for them. They're a big, big sponsor. And y'all got your bellies full.
Listen, if you saw on Facebook pictures, or if you were listening to the show, man, my mouth is watering thinking about it. I know you're a vegetarian, so I'm not gonna say too much, because I'm sorry.
I cook beef heart for my dogs.
You eat me, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
So I ain't fine.
We cut these steaks and brisket with a plastic knife.
Oh, my gosh.
It was that good, and it tasted amazing. It is the best steak I've ever had, and ooh.
Yeah,
And
there's
that
nothing
goes-
like grass-fed beef.
Yeah, exactly.
We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We probably had 10 people in the studio. It was smoky because they were grilling outside, and it was.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it.
It's 7:00 in the morning. We were eating steak.
Oh, absolutely. Why
they
not?
they were having a good time, and my listeners really showed up for this farm event, and also have bought a lot of meat from H&J Cattle. And not all my listeners are vegetarian. We're a short, few. But
I feel bad for vegetarians and vegans, but
at least I'm not a fruitarian, and I do cook for my dogs. I'm not against meat. I just don't eat it.
you cook squirrel for your dogs, don't you?
I did away. Well, that's pretty much why I'm a vegetarian, because we ate squirrel for breakfast, and squirrel for lunch, and squirrel for dinner, and squirrel and grits, and
Grilled squirrel?
grilled squirrel, and fried squirrel, and growing up. And I think I had enough one day, and I just walked away from it and didn't come back. So that's one thing I don't cook for my
Even for the dogs,
for my
huh?
dogs. I'm kind of done with squirrel. But my nephew, he hunts squirrel and loves them. Has a freezer full. I opened my mom's freezer up yesterday, and there was 3 squirrels in there. So
That's
yeah.
disgusting.
When the next meet we have in the studio, we'll have to bring squirrel in there, right?
No.
Sure, why not?
No,
I'll try
think,
it. I'll eat about just about anything.
I
Ask Meredith.
I think I'll stick with the Wagyu beef from H&J Cattle. But
Exactly. And Frank, you came out to the highway crawl.
Yeah, it was really great. I mean, I think I got to 5 farms. I went by Gypsy Wind Farm first and talked to somebody from Bushels and Bags. He was a nice young farmer.
Very, very great guy.
Bought a Dutch fork pumpkin from him and
I did
saved the
too.
seeds. I'll be planting those at the school garden next
I
year.
ate the seeds.
Did you? Yeah,
I did. I
That's
ate 'em.
another. I actually candied the pumpkins and brought it to the kids. They got a kick out of that. Went to Carolina Pride Farm and picked up some alpaca hand warmers for my wife, and she loves them. She didn't know how warm and how soft alpaca wool is.
Aren't you spoiling the Christmas present?
Well, it's been cold, so she's already got them. Went to Bauer Farm and met the Bauers. Picked up their book about Chief, the guard dog, livestock guardian dog that was written by Sarah Bowers. And I ended up at Jackson Creek Farm and bought a wreath with some dried flowers. It was really nice. So I did a lot of Christmas shopping. It was a good way to support our local farming community. And I have to give a shout out to Miss Cassandra at the Spot. It was packed during the tour, and I kind of went right up to the wire and drove past to go get some lunch. And when she came out with that chicken sandwich, that nice golden fried with everything on it, cheese and onion, and oh my goodness, I mean, it fell apart when I was eating it, which was just fine. And plus she gave me a hug at the end. I mean,
That's
all
so
of that
great.
with a hug, and it was very affordable. So
And
gotta
we-
give a shout out to Miss
yeah, and-
Cassandra.
I just thank y'all for showing up because y'all really made it awesome. I mean, we had like 30 people at some of these farms and plus more. And we also have another farm event going on next week, and Joshua's going to tell you about it.
yeah, it's called Christmas on the Farm. It's December 21st. It's next Saturday, a week from today at 10 a.m. It's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's at Crazy Chick Heritage Farm, 450 Kennel Road?
Canal
Kenal.
Canal
Channel,
Road.
I think.
Yeah.
Kennel Road, Ridgeway. It says, enjoy the farm while picking up those last-minute gifts, meats, and make memories. It's free family fun gift bags with purchase while supplies last. There's some free hot chocolate and cider,
Ooh.
photo ops, s'mores. Take pictures with Trigger, the mini horse, or Starsky, the llama.
Ooh, that's going to be a fun event. And Abby is such a sweet person. Her address is Ridgeway, but it's like it's at the border of Blythewood and Ridgeway. It's not very far. So y'all definitely come out and see her because she is awesome. We'll have all the details in our YouTube video. And also, if you sign up for our newsletter, growyourgardenwithsal.com is how you sign up for the newsletter. You can learn more about all these farms. Yay! So, call in if you have a question, 803-799-8255. Again, that's 803-799-8255. Now, we have volunteer days on Wednesdays, and right now we've got a group coming from Pendergrass that's learning job skills. This Wednesday, though, we're actually going to go to have a Christmas party at the church for them. So this Wednesday, there's no volunteer at the farm. We're going to go have some fun, sing.
So you're telling me I don't get to drive a tractor?
No tractor on that day. No, but you can today.
Am I at the skill level to be able to be left alone with the tractor?
As long as Snuffy's not there, because he's like chief and supervisor.
So you're just gonna follow me around?
Yeah, he'll probably follow you around. Maybe.
That's good. Yeah, no, that's fine.
No, Joshua did so awesome on the tractor. He picked it up so quick. I can't wait till he learns how to scrape the pastures, because that's one thing I cannot stand
I want to do it.
doing.
I want to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to smell it, but I want to do it.
Nice.
And all that good manure from the horses go into the garden. Miss Casey, she was commenting about, we talk about too much poop on the show. But farming is poop, right?
Absolutely. That's good nitrogen right there. Waste nothing.
Exactly. And then don't forget to sign up for a Misfit dinner too. So you can go to our website under events and sign up for that. You can also get Sunchoke kits shipped to you. learn how to plant sunchokes. And if you're planting the sunchokes in your yard, please use a bucket.
Absolutely. No, I've got some in 55-gallon buckets that I've cut in half. At school, I only grow them in, I think it's a 15-gallon pot. And we're going to be harvesting ours probably this coming week. The plant's dead. So last year, I had the kids dig in with their hands, and I thought they'd gotten, I mean, there's a picture on the blog of them holding half a dozen each at least.
It's insane. You harvest sunchokes when the tops completely die. If you don't, it's something about the sugars. It causes gas.
Flatulence.
Yes, and then you can call them fartichokes. But after the frost and the tops completely die, you can start harvesting them.
Yeah, I taught them about them a week earlier, and the following week I asked the kids to identify that plant. And of course, my friend Jay walks up and he says, "Oh, those are fartichokes," and he remembered one of the names. I mean, that was good.
That would not be fun to serve in the studio in
No.
July when they're blooming. That would not be
No.
not a good smell.
Well, so we're gonna go to break in just a minute, but what are the plans? Because we talked about H&J Cattle coming here for the morning show, but I'm confused why I don't have a steak in my stomach right now.
I know,
So-
right? We should have brought you some sunchokes.
We
almost-
should bring some steaks to the studio on Saturday mornings.
I almost brought tender greens, and I'm gonna tell you the tender greens are so sweet. I normally don't like tender greens. I don't like mustards. Just too spicy for me. But I was out there picking some lettuce for a lady because we have where you can come to the farm and pick your own produce too. And she wanted some collards and some lettuce. And the lettuce just looked a little sad due to the cold because lettuce is not quite as cold hardy, but it'll come back. Don't pull y'all's up. But I said, here, let's try some of these tender greens. It was so sweet. I was like, it had to be because of the frost, right?
And I love the tender green. They call it mustard spinach too because it's truly a mustard, but it's got a little bit of a spinach flavor
It
to
does.
it. I like to stir fry it, like do an Asian stir fry with it. But the coolest thing about that plant is a lot of brassicas after they flower in the spring get really bitter, and tender green doesn't seem to do that. So you can eat that.
But it does get spicy.
Does it? Yeah, it can a little
To
bit.
me, but I don't do hot things. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like hot peppers. You like hot peppers, don't you, Joshua?
I love them.
What-
I could eat a Carolina Reaper. Well, I don't know
Oof.
about that. I've never had that.
Did you eat a Reaper?
No, actually, Sal gave me way too many peppers, so they're all frozen. I think I had one. I had all the sweet peppers, but all the bell peppers and the jalapenos. Actually, the jalapenos are still sitting up on my counter. I need to freeze those, but
It's so funny. I asked Tracy to go out there and harvest some stuff for him, and she harvests like a lot. I was like, "This is for one person."
yeah, it was a lot, taking up a lot of space in the freezer. But I don't know. I think we're gonna make some chili with them, or
That'd be great.
do something
You
with them.
probably
so-
only need one Carolina Reaper per like.
Well, I don't know if we're gonna use the Carolina Reapers, but we'll try it out. So
That would be good. So all the peppers are gone now. So I'm kind of happy she harvested all
they're
of them.
gone. I took
Yeah.
all of them.
No, they froze. They
Okay.
yeah. It's a hot weather crop, and they're over.
I've actually got a half a dozen plants in my classroom. I try to keep them over the winter.
Yeah, they do overwinter, and
Yeah.
sometimes if you cut it down to the root, they'd still come back. Like in the high tunnel, we had some come back.
Wow.
Yeah, especially the Carolina Reapers, which was strange.
I mean, I find that if you do keep them over the winter, keep them cut back hard and water sparingly, when you plant them out in April the following year, you get a whole lot more peppers the second year. The plants grow huge.
Yeah, they do. So as we're kind of done with our summer stuff, we've got some people that grow their summer stuff in greenhouses where you can keep the heat up. It's kind of a misdemeanor that people think they can grow in a greenhouse without heat, but the temperatures at night drop way down. So, if it gets in the 20s, you're not growing peppers no
I
more.
keep looking for options to heat my little greenhouse. It's only 6 by 6, but it's way in the back corner of my yard. I can't get an electric cable out there.
Hey, and we'll be right back. Hey, welcome back. This is Grow Your Garden with Sal. I'm here with Senor Frank
Hola,
and
todos.
Joshua.
What does that mean?
Hello, everyone.
Okay.
I thought it meant you're bringing me tacos.
No.
Oh, man.
I thought it had something to do with like cheese or something.
No, that'd be
I know.
queso.
Okay.
You're
Yeah, me
making me
gusta el
hungry.
queso, no?
I want queso, yes.
And I think we have a caller, right?
Yeah, we do. And I think it's Sawyer, right?
That's what I was told. Hey, Sawyer.
Yes. Hi.
How are you doing this morning?
Good.
A little chilly out there. You been outside yet?
Yeah.
Yeah? So what are you up to this weekend? Any plans?
Doing an archery tournament.
That's right. Oh, my gosh.
That is so cool. And you help out in the garden with Senor Frank, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so can you tell us...
What's your favorite thing to do in the garden? Do you like cleaning up? Do you like watering it? Or what do you like doing?
I like trying the food.
Oh.
That's very cool. I'm not brave enough for that. My name's Josh. I'm here helping out with the show, but I'm not. I'm a little scared. Like,
Josh eats a lot of meat too. We don't
Yes.
we don't raise meat at the school garden.
yeah,
Josh, I'm
that'd
sorry.
be cool. That would be a
It
cool
would be.
idea. Sawyer, what do you think? Do you think we should have some cows at the school garden?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
We'll talk to Dr. Cockfield about that. See if he'll build us a barn.
So you
Sawyer,
get
Got some
miniature ones.
space.
Sawyer, what are some? What's your favorite thing you've had down at the garden?
Jerusalem artichokes.
Oh.
I've never had that. So you're like I said, you're braver than me. But
Tell us
really
how do
cool.
you eat them?
Do you just eat them raw? Have you had them at home and just slice them up and eat them? How about
You-
Go ahead, sorry. How about what other things have we tried lately? Did you like the candied pumpkin the other day?
Yeah.
Ooh.
candied pumpkin, what does that taste like, Sawyer?
We had a Dutch fork pumpkin, and I boiled it in lots of brown sugar, and we had some cloves in there and some cinnamon.
Ooh.
So, was it good?
Yeah.
What else did we try recently? We tried sorrel drink a couple weeks ago from the hibiscus plant. What was that like? The red drink?
It tasted really good.
Really good?
It's so great to get these kids out in the school gardening, and if you're listening in and you ever want to join in the conversation, call us up. We love hearing from Michael Frank students, from the students at Pendergrass, the students at Greenview Elementary. There's, we really starting a revolution here about healthier eating, because eating healthier, eating H&J cattle meat, which is healthier, it's not
yummy.
yeah, it's not pumped full of stuff, it's not grown really quick. Eating stuff out of your garden that actually has natural fertilizers, natural compost.
Nothing like fresh veggies.
Yeah, you taste all the vitamins, you taste the nutrients, and then you're not looking for all this food that's processed, and it really changes your taste buds, and changes the kids' taste buds.
So, Sawyer, did you try the cucamelons earlier in the year?
Yeah.
And did you like them?
Not really. No.
Not really? Okay, that's okay. Because, we tell our students they have to try everything once, and it can take 15 tries before a child decides they actually like something. So that's fine. Now, we also were looking at, how about the broccoli? Did you like the broccoli the other week?
Yeah.
All right.
I think broccoli is one of those things like tomatoes that if you don't get it out of the garden, it's not worth eating.
I actually
really
didn't
good.
even realize that until years back when one of my colleagues suggested I plant it. And I said, why? We can get it in the grocery store. And then I tried it right out of the garden, and I can't get
Totally
enough now.
different.
And Sawyer, I have a question now. You obviously taste the food at the garden at school, but have you asked your mom or people at home to maybe start a garden at home?
Yeah.
And what do you guys grow at home? Do you have one?
Yeah, we have a garden.
Very cool. What do you have in it?
Are you growing
Collard
anything?
greens, kale, and blueberries.
Ooh.
Doing better than me. I have onions. That's all I have.
I was very proud of Joshua for his onions.
That's very cool. Have you? Are they pretty successful? Have you had a lot of? Has there been a lot of collard greens and blueberries and stuff that have come out of your garden?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Well, definitely send us some pictures. Send Frank some pictures, and we'll get it up on the YouTube.
Yeah, we'd love to see your garden.
Thank you so much for calling in, hon.
Thanks for calling, Sawyer.
What could I grow in my garden during winter?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's a very good question. Well, from what Sal has taught me, I know at least onions.
Definitely onions.
Sawyer, do you like onions?
Not really.
No.
Oh, no, not
That's
really.
fine. There's a lot of other things, and I was actually very impressed when I started gardening. There's a lot of things you can grow during winter. So,
In the
Sal,
wintertime.
tell us some things.
Yeah, so right now it's pretty cold. I may wait another few weeks if you want to plant stuff from plants or seeds, but I've got collards growing, lettuce growing. Actually, my carrots are still growing, which I wouldn't suggest planting right now. I would wait a little bit longer.
It's getting too cold.
Radishes are growing. I would also wait on those just a little bit longer, but I had planted them a few months ago.
We've got cauliflower and kohlrabi besides the broccoli and kale.
And rapé, which is a really sweet green. All the kids love that. That's like one of
We
the
need
best.
to try some. I haven't grown it yet.
Tender greens, mustards,
Oh, the red
kale.
mustard we have.
Yeah, all those are winter crops in South Carolina because we have milder winters. And the reason you plant a lot of these greens in the wintertime is because they seed out and they're bitter in the summer. So, we're very fortunate in South Carolina that we can grow year round.
So there's some ideas for things to plant.
And I'm so excited that a kid knows about sunchokes. During the Depression, sunchokes got people through. I
bet.
Yeah, and even over there during World War II, sunchokes were brought over there, and a lot of people were able to survive. For one thing, nobody knows that it's food up under those roots because it just looks like a sunflower.
Right.
They don't know there's this just wonderful potato-ish thing growing up under there.
And I hear too, even though they're not native to the Middle East, but oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. What I was going to say is finish your thought because I have a different thing. I don't
The
wanna
other
interrupt you.
name for sunchokes is Jerusalem artichokes, and
Yeah.
even though they're not native to Israel, there are chefs in Israel that are doing amazing things with Jerusalem artichokes. They're popular around the world now.
It's a
Yeah.
superfood.
Well, what I was going to say is, like Sawyer, not everybody has a teacher that is so involved with the garden. But my thing is if maybe you don't have a teacher that has a garden, maybe you don't have a garden at your school, you can always go out to Sal's. Sal will host you, and you can go to a class.
Yeah, we do field trips too.
Yeah, field trips, and just go to Grow Your Garden with Sal. And
Yep.
if there's not a class you're looking for, email her, text her, and she'll let you know what you need to do, or you guys
Sign
can
up for a seed box too, right?
Yeah, sign up for a seed box, a subscription. If you're a
Great
teacher,
holiday gift.
It's great.
for
Yeah.
a
I'm not
kid.
sure how field trips work, how you go about starting field trips, but
Yeah,
I
just
assume you have to
contact me.
reach out to Sal, and that'd be a great. I've been out there to Sal's a couple times, and that's a great place for a field trip.
Might even see Josh riding a tractor out there.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd want to see that, but
And petting the donkey.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Russell, yes.
yeah, that'd be pretty fun. And I think it's really important for kids to go out and see the gardens and see where your food comes from, because I've always just been used to store bought food, and just in the past couple months, my eyes have been opened because there's a lot of foods that you can grow at your house that taste way better than what you can get from the store.
Yes, and they really reset your whole palate. And today, like I said, 11:30 to 3, we're going to be harvesting sunchokes down at the farm. It's at 113 Hilltop Drive in Columbia. You can come and watch, or you can buy some sunchokes, participate in it, whatever you want to do. But it's going to be a lot of fun. You can go to growyourgardenwithsal.com or salslocalseed.com. Same same place, and sign up, or you can just come by.
How much are the classes?
To audit, it's $5, and then to audit and bring home sunchokes, it's like $12. So very, very affordable.
Yeah, very affordable and very cool to learn a whole new hobby and feed your family with stuff you can grow at your house.
Yes, exactly. And if you want to, again, if you've got a small area, small backyard, you don't want to plant the sunchokes in the yard. You want to plant them in a pot. But yeah, grow your garden with Sal. We hope to see you out there. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I think it's a little warmer today, so we're not going to be freezing. Josh is going to get it started by digging up some of those sunchokes, and then we can go in there and really separate them from the dirt. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it should be really fun. Yeah. Are you going to be out there?
I'm going to make it. Yes, I'm trying to make it.
That's going to be so fun, and I'll look forward to seeing everybody out there for sure.
Yeah, so again, it's at 113 Hilltop Drive in Columbia. You could take 321 or 21 away from Columbia and just go north, and you're going to run into us. So, yeah.
Very good. What do we have planned for next week?
Next week, we might be talking a little bit more about sunchokes if we're not boring you to death, but we also need a plan of the week, so let me know what you want it to be. And thank you so much, and this is Sal with Grow Your Garden with Sal, and see you at the farm soon. Cobb. Okay, thank you, hon. You got shells? Okay. This is Sal. I'm calling for a customer. I was going to send them your way. Thank you so much.